Hello, welcome back to Disco Elysium. It's me, A. Proustian, and I'm back in my apartment at the end of day on Monday, and I'm realizing it's full of bottles. Yes, cash money. I mean, I know it's not much money, but if I'm gonna have to come up with 20 bucks every day, uh, in order to keep having a place to sleep, then this will at least help. What's this? More bottles. Oh my god, how many bottles are there? I can't even get this one in the middle of the floor.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
It does look awful.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
Not yet. Let's see again. This blinked at me. Is it just because I've got bottles now, maybe? I'm not sure. Items. Wait. Oh. Uses left 3 of the bottle. I see. Oh, yes. Okay, so sold in comments that the alcohol is the little wine glass at the bottom of my portrait. So I see that now. So that's my bonus, which I imagine will disappear after I go to sleep, but I can always apply it later. But I'm curious about the mirror check here. I remember there was
A mirror
one.
hangs on the bathroom wall.
Yeah.
In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Okay. I can do this one, the dig deep into your mind to locate the source of the expression.
Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
Okay. Oh right, the chain cutters. That's what I was going to do. So I come back here, and then I assume it's instead of, oh, I see I'm holding the beer bottle here, but if I replace that, I can grab the chain cutters, and then I should be able to try again.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall.
The other gloves I had were better interfacing. I remember that. Yes, +1 interfacing. Okay, so now let's try it.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In
Okay,
it,
so
your
that
face,
is better.
adorned with the expression. The chain cutters slip out of your hands as you attempt to twist the faucet into place. Well, you know one thing for sure. You've probably never been a plumber.
Okay. This is still impossible. I mean, it is a white check. I don't think I have anything right now that boosts my electrochemistry. But I guess there's no harm in trying, because there's always the chance. There's 3% chance I hit double sixes. But like, I'd want to boost it anyways, probably, and that will just give me another chance. So I'm going to roll for it, just, you know.
It's too late.
Nope.
Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
Alright. And then that's a locked door. I guess it makes sense. It looks like it would lead into Kim's room anyways. Now, is there anything else? I don't think so, because I've already dealt with the window.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
I can look
You
out
see
again.
some lights shimmering outside, but it's difficult to make out the outlines of the buildings below. Dark phantoms with many tiny eyes, chaotically arranged and not looking at you.
Okay, nothing else for it but to go to bed.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
Oh. Heal the morale, I guess. Crawl in.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep doesn't. And then sleep doesn't come.
But I want to sleep.
Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening.
Why?
Maybe it's the bed's fault.
Check the
Its
pillow.
synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps.
Oh god.
The pillowcase smells oddly.
Yeah, that can't be good.
Smells of alcohol and sweat and grease.
Check the
It
blanket.
barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing. A bit tense in the muscles. Relax.
Roll over to the other side.
It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
Well, who killed him?
Something to do with... What was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves.
No more thoughts. Fall asleep now.
Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
This is me dreaming? Oh, fascinating. I love this. I really had thought, oh, I'll go to sleep and wake up the next day. This episode will all be about Tuesday, but it's not yet at least. Okay. Like the lighting is just, oh jeez.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
What is this?
What it says on the can, Harry. Answer the question.
I remember nothing, or I was born in a hospital where people usually go to die. Sure.
You're not kidding anyone, Harry. You don't remember shit. Tell me. Do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
Huh. I left, or I was left. Listen, Harry is a sad sack. He was left.
That's right, funky baby. And you just stood there. One hand on the bottle and the other on your dick. Watching her go. Let it all be dragged away from you.
This is more of a meta comment, but I love how this voice of, like, Harry's voice is not the voice of the brain, right? Like, his inner brain conversations has a different sound than the sound of his body, and I feel like, I don't know, that's how it feels to me. The voice inside my brain feels different than the voice that comes out my throat. And I love that it's this way here.
Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
I'll say I can get it all back.
No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium.
Oh. Name drop. What is Elysium?
Everything. The pale and the useless. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up.
I've seen you before.
No, you haven't. You're just sleep talking. And the act is wearing thin, too. The spots on the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time, sweating up the bed.
Oh, I was wrong. This is the voice of his reptilian brain, not the body. Oh no, that is interesting too. Okay, and I know I've heard the ancient reptilian brain before, but it's been a while.
Stinky boy.
Alright, I can come back from this.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding?
I'm trying to solve the case.
You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
God, there's another type?
Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry.
God, his brain is so antagonistic.
Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Oof. Sorry, Harry. I'm actually impressed that your morale was healed by that. Oh, I see what happened. I think I accidentally hit the button to heal my morale. So I actually used a medicine. I don't know
Good
if
going,
sleep
buddy.
would have fixed it. Is that how it's going to be now when I close my eyes?
Yes. Wait till you see the one with the chick in it. It's gonna be a good one. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
What chick?
You don't know? You don't know? Some broad that messed you up. It'll come to you. It always does.
What the hell is going on with me?
You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think.
Why is this happening?
It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster.
Oh, no.
Time to get some more. You're too weak to say no now. Waking up is the worst part. Maybe somewhere down the line you could decline.
Interesting. What is speed? I mean, it's
Speed is a potent central nervous system stimulant. It kept you propped up all day yesterday, despite your debilitating hangover. How else did you think you even got up from this floor?
Good point.
It's power, man. It's professionalism. It makes you feel like you're young again and ready to detect. Ready to go to war against the world.
I'm gonna try this. I feel like the game's not gonna give me a choice. But no, I can take this. I'm not gonna go looking for it.
Are you sure? ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days. Basically, a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired.
Interesting. I can still opt out. They're saying it's gonna be bad news. I think I'm still gonna say no.
Suit yourself, slow, sad shell man. See how you do without your spark.
Probably not well. Okay. What happens at the end of the day if I don't have $20? I wonder. Okay, I can't... Oh, I can interact with Kim's door. Oh, it's just locked. I thought I would knock. Oh, hey. That place is open. And Kim has a bouncing speech bubble. Okay. I should probably go talk to Kim. Good morning. Hey, Kim.
Morning.
He gives you a quick nod.
Looks like we can get to work at once. The Union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them.
What do you mean, rowdy?
I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the Union. These men here, men who drink beer for breakfast, there's talk of an armed wing of the Union called the Hardie Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them.
These the men Gart told us about yesterday?
I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it.
He crosses something out. Okay. Why do we need to talk
Everything
to them?
points to the dock workers union.
Yeah, that's what I
The
thought.
belt used for hanging him, tracks in the mud, the circumstances in Martinez, my preliminary information. Which may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them, and it won't be easy.
Should we call it reinforcements?
That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debarders Union. In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's keep a cool head, okay?
Okay.
One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
They're in no
Yeah.
hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Okay. How's it going, Gart?
Can I help you?
Did I see another thing?
Another
with
thing. Great. I love those.
Yeah, there's a mysterious blue steel door in the back of the kitchen.
Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door.
He shrugs. Do you know what's behind it? Do you have...
No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse, probably. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust. Junk and dust.
He runs his finger across the counter to check for dirt.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
I think you'd like to know what's back there.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that.
Interesting.
Yes?
Alright. Intriguing. Oh, hi, Lena, I think?
Just a moment.
The old woman turns back to the cafeteria manager.
She's agitated, judging from the way she keeps pulling at the frayed edge of her blanket.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
The cafeteria manager appears genuinely apologetic.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
Good day, ma'am. Everything all right?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
I don't know if I know who Gary is. Wait, what's wrong with the phone line?
The manager was vague about it.
Why would he be vague about phone problems? This is something to look into later. Ask God, maybe.
Why did you need to use the phone anyway?
To let the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them.
Uh-oh.
I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
She looks down.
A little missing persons puzzle might just be the thing to take your mind off the hangover.
Okay, I'll bite. Has your husband gone missing before?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully. But you have more important things to worry about.
She glances out the window toward the bay. Oh, I am absolutely asking about all this. What is this expedition your husband was on?
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
Who is this Gary person? Do you trust him?
Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that.
She smiles.
Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband's life any day.
Are they in a rough neighborhood?
There's a nameless old fishing village nearby, but we've never had any trouble there before. There is a lot of crime around here, isn't there?
I can't say it's the best part of town, but I wouldn't worry too much about a pair of grown men traveling together.
Yeah.
Some fringe science is exactly what's needed right now. Spice up that vanilla murder investigation.
Alright, well, I will definitely accept the task. I'll help you find your husband.
Are you sure we have time to go chasing after bug hunters just now? I did suggest we play it cool, but...
It's a little side thing. We'll do it down the line.
If you say so.
Sorry, Kim.
Oh, thank you, officers. Truly, I'll be right here if you come across any sign of Morel.
Okay, the water lock in the canal is broken. Your husband's probably just stuck on the other side of the coast.
Oh my. What happened to the water lock?
I really don't know.
Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you. You've spared me another sleepless night.
Oh, is that all it took? This was just what I'd heard about the canal. Okay.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
The quest for knowledge is never over.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired. And it's cold out there.
Okay, I will accept the task.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
Your husband is some kind of scientist?
Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
And what is cryptozoology?
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
The lieutenant sounds unimpressed.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
She's used to playing off such insults casually, but they still affect her.
She is really quite proud of him.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
Oh God, Kim.
It's not a hobby, dear.
Right.
It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
It's interesting to see how she's viewing this. Like, in her mind, her husband is the only one who's not too lazy, who's willing to work hard and do this thankless thing that is really difficult and unlikely to succeed. Whereas Kim and my view is like, well, of course it's not going to succeed. These things are fake.
The quality of research at Revacholian universities has been on the decline, but you doubt there was ever a time when cryptozoology was embraced by the academic elite.
Oh my god. That's funny. I wonder if I have anything that helps with suggestion. Okay, tell me more about Morale.
Oh dear. I'm not sure where to begin.
What does he look like?
Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
You can't go around Revachol feeling grown men's hands. If you want to find her husband, you'll need more concrete information.
Yeah, let's try again.
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
Oh boy.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, you know, just in case.
This is more out of curiosity. I don't think it'll help us find him.
We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow.
How did you guys meet?
By a dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident, and he'd just divorced. We hit it off, and, well, here we are.
She smiles wistfully.
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
Okay, I have all the information I need.
I hope I've been useful.
Yeah, tell me about this rare
Oh,
insect.
sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
Oh, I want to hear about it.
Well, it's a phasmid, technically, but
Ah yes, Phasmatodea, a diverse group of insects whose bodies resemble twigs, leaves, that sort of thing. Ghost insects, colloquially.
where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast. Hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us, officers.
And she looks you in the eye and nods thoughtfully.
I knew it. We're gonna be chasing made-up insects with cryptozoologists.
Sorry, Kim.
It's not made up, officer. I can assure you. It's simply elusive, so much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all.
Makes you think it's around here.
Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping.
So, newspaper clippings, the evidence you have?
Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insulindian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at.
Enthusiasm has wiped the worry from her face. Her eyes sparkle behind her glasses.
You're really excited about this.
I suppose I have something of a personal connection to the Insulindian phasmid. All scientists have their little hobby horses.
Is it dangerous?
Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully?
Is it valuable?
Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie.
Okay, does it have cool powers?
Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how it stayed hidden all these years. Centuries, even.
I love this cryptid insect.
That's not special at all. Of course it blends in. Most insects do. You don't even have to be a stick insect for that.
Yeah, what's so special about the stick bug?
Oh dear. I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special.
The woman's face flushes with embarrassment.
Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure.
Okay, I'm gonna try this. Maybe you could convince her to tell you about some cool cryptids.
There's really no
Hey.
point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask.
Hey Lena, I'd like to hear about some of the cryptids you've studied. Could you tell me about a couple of them?
Oh, I'd be delighted. Truth be told, I could really use the company too.
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
Okay, Kim, just one little cryptid, promise.
He nods and assumes a waiting posture. Ooh, tough choice there.
Okay. Alright. I am going to choose just one, and I think I'm gonna go with the cryptid on the pin.
Yes. It's the kind green ape. Half war story, half undiscovered species in the genus Homo.
War story?
Yes, it was reported by soldiers in South Safra during the war. The kind green ape would visit bunkers during the night, healing wounded soldiers with its saliva.
Wow, with its saliva?
Yes, it has amazing healing qualities. Some soldiers reported growing back limbs, regaining their sight.
Oh, goodness. Something about an undiscovered subspecies of man?
Indeed, there is. It's our closest relative among the cryptids. Same taxonomic family, different genus. Which is to say, the kind green ape is a species with which we share a common ancestor, and that evolved parallel to our own. Just like your partners.
Wait, what? What? I'm pretty sure Kim is the same species as us.
The lieutenant looks at you, pleasantly surprised.
What?
Oh, no, I didn't mean to imply that Saolites are inferior to us in many ways. You are superior. For example, your earwax doesn't have a foul odor like ours does.
A tremendous evolutionary advantage, I'm sure. But perhaps we've had enough speculative biology for today?
Yes, we need to discuss something else.
Of course, dear.
Okay, that's all for now. Huh. I wasn't expecting the casual racism there at the end. Goodness. Okay, what is this telling me? Find Morel. So this is a Tuesday task. Ha ha ha. I still have so many Monday tasks. I can call Alice back, I think, although it still has a clock by it, so maybe not. I'm not sure what we need to do in order to continue investigating the body. I might be able to talk to Joyce again about the reality lowdown. Is there anything else can I talk to this guy? That's what he said the other night. Okay. Well. Whew. Might as well. Oh, is this the gardener?
Let me handle this.
The woman says to the crowd in the mess hall before turning to you.
You seem a little different today. Less hospitable.
That's right, she was keeping an eye on us yesterday.
You are far from home, Lieutenant. This isn't a district known for its love of self-proclaimed militiamen.
I knew you were not the gardener.
That's right. I'm not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union.
Yeah, I mean, no trouble. I'm here to do my job, that's all.
Not a muscle moves in her face, but her eyes trace yours, stern and perceptive.
You are looking for Titus Hardie, who you think has information on a murder the RCM is investigating. You want to interview him.
Interesting. Titus Hardie.
That's Titus.
Okay.
Talk to him, but know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming, nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
I mean, I'm not here to make arrest unless he says he murdered the guy.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
Alright.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her. Could this be the Miss Beaufort that Easy Leo mentioned?
Oh.
The one Mr. Everett sent to law school?
Are you Lizzie Elizabeth Miss Buford?
I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on why you are actually here. Titus Hardie.
So that is her.
Even though she has excellent control over herself, something moved behind her eyes, in the way she stands, in her face.
I am not going to throw Easy Leo under a bus. Hardie, not yet. I had another question.
Talk to Titus.
Oof. Maybe I should talk to Titus, but what is
like
your
I
role?
already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems?
Okay, what if I want to talk to you?
What you want is of no significance, officer.
Alright.
Don't test your authority.
I'll just talk to Titus then. What is this? It's a bowl. There's spit in it, reeking of tobacco. What's with the window? Not sure. Maybe I'm just listening. Photos of men in overalls toting guns and Union placards. Will they get mad at me if I take their 50 cents? They will not. Haha! Okay, let's talk to Titus.
This is where you say your bit.
A broad-shouldered man points at you with a beer can.
Detective.
The lieutenant acknowledges you with a sharp note. He's leaving it to you. Don't say anything yet.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
Do not let their squeals disturb your serenity. These are but simple peasants, sire.
Okay, we need to talk about the man hanged out back.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that one.
They have, like, perfectly modified this guy's voice to be, like, the most annoying, right?
You sure took your time, huh? Waited for him to get real ripe and pretty for you.
Yeah, he looks to Titus for approval.
Oh, he was a real pretty boy. Hanging up there, letting out that pretty boy smell.
I can't for the life of me understand why you did it. I mean, I would have just left him up there. You must really like cleaning up other people's shit.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Thanks.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match.
Scan the
Starting
room.
from the right. Boot size 44. Blonde man. In his 30s. Overbearingly masculine. Sitting on his right. Standard working boots. Size 45 or 46. Eldest in the room. Probably mid-50s. Smoker. Quiet. Across at the other table. hobnailed working boots, size 43, gang tattoos, Mesk or Sarah Mauritian, in his late 30s, early 40s. He spent his youth in Villa Labos, a housing project in the Jamrock Quarter. There were incarcerations, hard to say what else. The ink is fading. And then, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 46, the big dick, wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips, rugby cap, fingerless gloves, and numerous scars, a little under 40.
Suddenly I'm wishing I were wearing fingerless gloves instead of my gardening gloves with chain cutters in the hand. It's all good. I'm just saying, I don't look cool. But I don't think it's possible for Harry to look cool. Anyways.
The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads T. Hardie, Captain. In the far corner, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 44, 40-something, non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum?
Where?
On his neck. Forget it. It's not important. Let's call this one the musician.
The little
Size
guy?
41, with the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man with a rat face, mean, watery eyes, and 2 front teeth missing. In the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy, boot size 46, deep marks. Probably carried the victim over. He, alone, is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor, and you could easily exceed 220. In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy.
One of them is missing. The odd soul.
Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit them with questions. Where's the 8th Hardie?
The fuck is with you, fella?
Yeah, where's the 8th Hardie boy?
What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardie boy. There's 7 of us and we're all here.
He sizes you up.
Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardie boy? We ain't hiring.
He shakes his head.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
She?
Huh.
So there's an 8th Hardie, and it's a Hardie girl? Who might it be? Elizabeth? The gardener?
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
It has to be good, if he won't let you pursue it. Looks like the lieutenant thinks so, too.
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardie boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardie boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. And
He points at the lieutenant.
you're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
The lieutenant adjusts his spectacles.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardie sooner or later.
Alright, the man hanged in the backyard. Did you do it?
The pretty boy. You guys really love talking about that pretty boy.
It's our job.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Yeah, why is there a container belt around the dead man's neck?
Container belt? Like we use in the harbor?
Yes. Why?
Because we took it from the harbor where we work. Then we went out back and used it to hang him.
So, I have a feeling that his explanation is going to be that they hanged him, but they didn't kill him.
We did this. Together.
Oh, never mind.
All of us. Until he was dead. That's why there's a container belt around his neck.
Okay, well, mystery solved? What?
There's a catch hidden somewhere. He didn't confess so that you could take them all away. It's too simple.
Yeah, but there's a catch.
There is no catch. These 7 honest men have all equally come forth to tell you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time.
All 7 together. You're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic.
You murdered him just like that, no remorse.
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
I don't know.
Chaise électrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the Coalition. During the suzerain's reign, it used to be the firing squad.
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
A reunion, what's that?
The River Esperance Correctional Facility, a military prison run by the Coalition, dubbed Reunion by the inmates. The origin of the name is unknown.
I could say that. Oh my god. Let's see. You know, here, I mean, again, here's the thing. Again, my own personal thing is I'm against the death penalty. And I'm honestly against much of policing as it is in the United States. Which is obviously a different context than the game. And I think somebody told me that game is not made by Americans, which is also interesting. But it's hard for me to divest myself from that perspective when I look at stuff like this specifically. Like, I don't think it's that fundamentally different. I don't think doing your job is a very good excuse. And I think that the justice system does not do a good job of actually parsing out quote-unquote bad people. And instead criminalizes the poor and disabled and, you know, marginalized. So I'm just gonna say, honestly, I drink so much I don't remember.
Doesn't remember them. He just forgets. Are you hearing this, Titus?
Yeah, I know, it's not good.
Ain't no use keeping a stiff catalog in your head. That's for sure.
Alright, who called the shots that night?
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardie boy without arresting all Hardie boys.
Yeah, that's
Do
her
you
plan.
think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
A shadow of a smirk passes her lips as she tilts her head.
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
No, but seriously, who calls shots around here?
Who do you fucking think does?
Yeah. Interesting. I feel like it's Titus or Elizabeth or Evrart that I want to choose. I don't think it's the other guys. I don't think it's actually Elizabeth, but I think saying it is might get a rise out of him. But I'm gonna pin this on Titus. You give the commands.
That's right, asshole. Titus Hardie runs the Hardie Boys. Ain't that so, fellas?
He looks around for approval.
I think you got your answer, Mr. Law.
No, you did not get an answer. Titus does administrative work. He pushes paper, fills out forms the others can't read. But on that night, they all acted as one man.
She's like, don't fuck up this legal strategy, you guys. Alright, when did this hanging incident occur?
You don't have to keep answering his questions.
The fixer turns to remind Titus.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
How long had you known him?
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
Yeah. Who do you think we are?
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier, the representative for White Pines? The same company you are striking against?
The lieutenant pretends to check his notes.
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what?
He rubs his chin, pretending to mull it over.
Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
Yeah, I will once I find my badge.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
Why did you kill him? This is more interesting to me than how.
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town.
So he was a mercenary, that's it?
And he stepped out of line.
He repeats, jaw clamped shut like a vice.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Cohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
Hold on, how do you even know he was Special Forces? I mean, I'm assuming the armor.
Because one night, he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm RNE's goddamn Special Forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all.
Did he?
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some RNE's paratrooper song, and said he's gonna fuck everyone.
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did, right there. Like some kind of animal.
Sire, the tale is true.
Interesting.
This is a serious violation of the karaoke code.
Okay, besides crimes against karaoke, what did he actually do wrong?
Wrong? He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
He wipes spittle from his mouth. I am more and more on their side here. I'm not gonna lie.
From rape to harassment to threats of violence.
Yeah, no, that is
Why the
interesting.
strange de-escalation?
So is he making that up?
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. And that was before he started coming here.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grab one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
The lieutenant is trying to make sense of this flood of information.
Yeah, this girl's on the mic, a beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming, "Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt?" Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle, doesn't even fall down.
Yeah, was this the same girl who was raped, you said?
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
He repeats like a parrot.
There's something odd here. Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation. Make them talk about it.
Alright, who did he rape? This is a serious allegation.
No. You're not getting a name. That's a Martinez matter. And I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
There's nothing you can do for now.
Damn.
He's stonewalling you.
Alright. How did you kill him?
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, Copper?
Yeah.
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
This is where an autopsy would come in handy. You have to work with what you know.
Did you muffle him? We haven't heard any reports of screams.
Titus, You don't have to clarify anything.
We overpowered him, dragged his unconscious body to the tree, put a noose around his neck, and hanged him till he was dead and steady.
Then we left him for seagulls, maggots, and you fucks.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first, then see if it all adds up.
Oh god. Red check with even odds. Wasn't he a trained killer from Orani's Special Forces? How did you manage to overpower him?
With numbers, asshole. How do you think? You're right, Lizzie. I've done enough explaining here.
No, he hasn't. Not yet.
Where did this overpowering happen?
Weren't you fucking listening? The fucker came to our bar. It happened right here.
Oh, Shanky might be lying.
Titus is solid as a rock, and so are a few others. But
First, tell me who's solid.
Elaine, who looks like he might be Titus's right-hand man, the least antsy of the bunch. Definitely not his first time being questioned by the police. This little rat-faced fellow is solid, too. Always fidgety, yes, but no change there. Him neither. Mostly keeps to his tomato juice, or whatever he's got there.
Who's cracking? Oh, it didn't say it. This one, he's sweating profusely and has difficulty breathing. They've smartly kept him out of the conversation thus far. Definitely the weakest link in the chain. Hey you, turned to the big guy. You having trouble breathing over there?
No.
He looks up, startled, his forehead shiny from sweat. A few coiled locks are peeking out from under his warm woolen hat.
Of course he's having trouble breathing. Just look at how fucking fat he is.
The man next to the big guy bursts out laughing.
Fuck off, Shanky. Angus is a powerful guy. All muscle.
Keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later, he's going to break like a piece of twig.
Something you're not telling me.
And fuck you, too, copper. Picking on Angus like this. We're done with this schoolyard shit. And just so you know, he doesn't have trouble breathing.
This one is a stone wall. You won't get more out of them about the night of the murder. Not yet.
Okay, I have other questions.
Like what, copper?
Oh, God. I'm gonna ask it. Why should I just arrest you?
Yeah, lawman. Why don't you?
It's almost an anthropological sight, watching him try to assert dominance over you.
Not in the arresting mood?
His mean little eyes come alive with hatred.
By your side, the lieutenant keeps his hand away from his holster. You hear the nylon of his coat hiss as he steps closer, while the little rat-faced man reaches into his sleeve. There's a knife in there. Some of the others reach for their belts. Their eyes are light.
Easy now, let's just talk. I do not want to start a fight with these guys.
Wise move. You made the right choice there. Now make another one and get the fuck out of our booth. We're not gonna do this again.
Okay, what are we gonna do now?
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus.
The lieutenant closes his notebook.
I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder. Even if it is a group responsibility. We're going to look into this.
Okay, so my guess at this point is that someone else killed him. Someone that these guys are trying to protect. And they're hoping that they can diffuse the responsibility among them and that everyone will come out okay, right? That they can intimidate us away. But I don't think these guys killed him. I think he was dead before he was hanged.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
Alright, I'm gonna take off now. Okay, and that is actually all I have time for, but what an interesting conversation. Okay, I'll see you all the next time. Bye!